everyone, it's Jess again. Going to be doing the Netflix book tag, which was created by A Darker Shade of Whitney, and I will link her original video down below. I was tagged by Katie at Katie's Book Nook, and I will also link her video down below in the description so you can go check those out. There are a lot of questions for this tag, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Question number 1 is recently watched. What is the last book that you finished? And for me, that was The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Audier. This is the conclusion to the Wrath and the Dawn duology, and I think I rated this one 4 stars? Might have been 5? No, it was 4. Question number 2 is top picks, books that you have been recommended based on previous books that you have read. So for this one, I had to kind of look at my Goodreads to see what Goodreads has recommended for me because I couldn't think of anything specific that a person has recommended for me. So the one that drew my attention was Scarlet by A.C. Gauguin or Gauguin. I'm not sure how you say the last name, but I'll link a picture here. And this seems to be some kind of Robin Hood-esque story about Will Scarlet, who is actually a girl dressed as a boy, who is a thief in like Robin Hood's band, and then also there might be a romance with Little John. It sounds like something I would love, so I'm definitely looking to pick this up at some point, especially now that I've included it in a tag video. But yeah, it looked really good, and I'm definitely wanting to read it now. Question number 3 is recently added. What's the last book you bought? And I actually was at Barnes & Noble earlier today and I picked up this little beauty, the screenplay for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'd been wanting to pick this up, but I was putting it off because I'd already seen the movie and I just didn't feel like I could justify the $24. And then at Barnes & Noble they had it for 50% off, and then I also had a coupon, and then I also had my membership, so I definitely got a huge deal on this book and I was very, very happy. So I'm super happy to have it in my possession now and it can go on my Harry Potter bookshelf. Question number 4 is popular on Netflix, books that everyone knows about, and they want you to pick 2 that you've read and 2 that you haven't read or have no interest in reading. Both of the ones I haven't read, I want to read. I own them and I want to read them and I can't wait to get to them. So the 2 that I've read that everyone knows about are A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I still have the price sticker on, as you can see. But A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, which I've read and loved. And also Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Everyone knows about this one now, especially that the movie is out. And yeah, and I read this one and I enjoyed it as well. And for the 2 that I have not yet read and want to read very badly, Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles series that everyone knows about, and it seems like everyone's read it. And I have not even started this series, and it's already finished, and I feel really bad about it. And I really want to get around to reading it because it sounds like something I would absolutely adore. And of course, no list of stuff everybody knows about that I have not read yet would be complete without A Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in the Throne of Glass series, which has a million books in it, it seems like, when I'm looking at them all in a row. I don't have all of them, I just have the first one. And the last one's coming out sometime, I think this year or next year, and I've never even started the series, and Lord knows if I'm going to get to it before the last book comes out. I really want to, but we'll see. But I really want to read them. But everyone knows about these. If you guys don't know about this, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but yeah. Question number 5 is comedies. Name a funny book, and for that one I had to go with pretty much anything by Meg Cabot, whom I have an entire shelf of, but specifically her Heather Wells series. This is the second book in the series because I don't have the first one, and this is called Size 14 is Not Fat Either, and the first book is called Size 12 is Not Fat. These are actually murder mysteries, and Heather Wells, the character, is absolutely hilarious. I'll be reading it and literally laughing out loud. Like, I literally want to like quote everything she says, and I feel like this would make an amazing TV show. It would be the most funny, hilarious TV show of life. I just think it would be great, and I think everyone would watch it, and I don't know why it's not a thing, but it's hilarious, and I would still watch this on Netflix. Question number 6 is drama. Name a drama king or queen, and for that I had to go with Draco Malfoy. I'm sorry, just whenever I think drama king, I just think like my father's going to hear about this, and then, you know, him pretending to have his arm broken when Buckbeak scratched him in the 3rd year. Just stuff like that. I'm just like, you are such a drama king, Malfoy. Just get over it. Yeah. So Malfoy. I know that's kind of cheating, but definitely Malfoy. Question number 7 is animated books with cartoons on the cover, and for this one I went with another Meg Cabot book, and that is 1-800 Where Are You When Lightning Strikes. This is a book about a girl named Jess, and she gets struck by lightning, and then from that point on, whenever she sees a picture of a missing person and goes to sleep, when she wakes up, she knows where they are. And it is a very great series, and I think it's also another really funny one. Pretty much anything Meg Cabot writes is hilarious, but I always loved the cartoons on the covers. I know they're kind of cheesy, but I think they're really great, and there's some more on the other books in the series, but definitely love them. And I could have gone with a manga for this one, but I decided since I like these cartoons a lot, and they're not like fully illustrated on the inside, that I would go with this. Question number 8 is watch it again, a book or book series that you've been meaning to reread. And that for me right now is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. It has been years and years since I have read this series. I honestly don't even remember a lot of what happened in the later books. I remember this one because I've read it the most, but I definitely don't remember a lot of the details of the later books, and I definitely want to because this was one of my absolute favorite series. I think it's probably the book that got me into reading because I read it as a kid with my mom, and I just love this book so much, and I haven't reread it ever, like in years, so many years. So this is definitely going on my need to reread soon list. Maybe I'll just kind of like try to read one a month at some point, but I've got so many books I need to try to catch up on, so who knows when that will happen, but it's definitely something I want to reread. Question number 9 is documentaries, a nonfiction book that you would recommend to everyone. And you all know how much I usually dislike nonfiction, but this is a book that I read and I absolutely recommended to like everyone I knew when I finished it, and that is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. This is kind of like a minimalist guide to owning stuff and only owning things that bring you joy and getting rid of everything else. And I'm actually still working through this book. It was really hard because the first 2 categories are clothes, which I don't really care about, and books, which obviously I have a lot of, and it was hard to get rid of some of them. But again, it was about not necessarily getting rid of everything that you're not using, but also just getting rid of things that don't bring you joy. And it's always hard for me to let go of a book that I'm not really interested in reading anymore because maybe I'll want to read it at some point. And so that was hard for me. I definitely now when I look at my bookshelf see books that I love and want to read. It's like I'm walking in a bookstore of only books I want to read. So yeah, that's really great. Anyways, when I finished this book, I pretty much recommended it to everyone, and I still would now. I think it's a great book to even just give you some concepts on living, even if you don't follow it to the letter and do everything that's in here. Question number 10 is action adventure. Name an action-packed book. And for that one, I'm going to have to go with Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. This one was definitely action-packed. It like started with action where it was like almost confusing because you didn't really get any plot, and then it was like action is happening. And then there's a scene in here which is not technically action, I would say, like it's not like a fight or anything, but you've probably heard me talk about this before on my channel if you've been watching this for a while, but there's a dance scene between 2 of the main characters, and I literally was out of breath like by the end of the 2 pages or whatever that the dance scene is. Like it was so well described and so great. I literally felt like I had been dancing and I was out of breath. So I definitely would say this is a very action-packed book, even if it's not always battles and such, definitely action-packed. So question number 11 is new releases, a book that just came out that you are dying to read, and along the same lines as the last one, Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. So I haven't gotten around to Wind Witch yet, which makes me so depressed because when I picked it up, I was like, I'm going to read it immediately, and then I didn't. So here it is, still in my hand, not read. Question number 12 is Max. Tag some people. So I'm going to tag quite a few people, and I'm sorry if you had already done this tag before, but I thought that all the people that I'm tagging, I thought you would really enjoy it if you haven't done it already. So here we go. So I'm tagging Amber at Amber Eats Books, Emma at Miss Emma Reads a Lot, Katie over at Katie, which used to be Kate's Book Date, but I think her channel name is just Katie now, Michelle from the Book Odyssey, and Reagan from Prue's Project. So I hope you all enjoyed this tag as much as I did. I really love it, and I love Netflix, and I love books, so it was a nice little combo tag there. I really enjoyed this tag. If you like this one and I didn't tag you and you want to do this tag, please go ahead and do it. I tag you now. You've been tagged. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time with another video really soon. Bye!